So I did go through this list. This is Bleacher Report's list ranking every 2021 non-playoff team's chance of reaching the 2022 MLB postseason. And they start things off with the Colorado Rockies, where they say the Rockies were a bad team even before they lost John Gray.
That's right. And
losing John Gray to the Rangers, big deal. And shortstop Trevor Story is almost certain to also depart for greener, richer pastures. Trevor Story, my dream still stands. I know, Reggie, when I brought this up, it was foolish at the idea. Mike laughed at it. Kevin said, "What are you doing?" I don't even know exactly where you were on this, but I said, why not get Marcus Semien? Mm-hmm. Why not get Corey Seager?
Sure.
And Trevor Story.
All shortstop infield?
Have all shortstops on our infield and just go from there. Where were you on this? Did you like this idea? Okay, see, you and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get all the good guys and go out there and play baseball. But Trevor Story's still out there trying to figure out his situation for this team. So that's where the Rockies are at the very bottom. They don't look like they're going to be making the playoffs here. They are part of the no chance category, along with the Pittsburgh Pirates,
sure,
the Baltimore Orioles,
where Rougned Odor now plays,
a bunch of Rangers. Lyles plays there.
Jordan Lyles is out there.
Chirinos is there. And he's
I didn't know that.
Happy to be here. Like, that was his tweet, was happy to be here, because he knows probably going to get traded at some point. That's just usually what happens.
There's a bowler named Brad Miller too?
Yeah. What? Are you serious? Nobody would know that. Washington Nationals, Diamondbacks, all in the no chance category. All right. So here's the.
I noticed you did not include the Rangers.
That's right.
Here we go.
15 through 11, some chance category.
Okay.
All right. Do you think the Rangers are in the some chance category?
Probably.
The Cincinnati Reds are in the some chance category. The Oakland Athletics, who have just restocked their entire farm system with 2 trades. These dudes are good. They're really good at restocking their farm system and then being able to come up in the second half of a baseball season. They're in the some chance. Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins, the Detroit Tigers. And that is the end of the some chance category.
Oh, boy, there is more chance than some for the East Texas Rangers.
Now,
the next guaranteed playoffs, is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm hearing.
The next group is decent chance category.
I don't think that went up high enough.
Decent chance. Difference between some chance and decent chance. What do you guys think?
13%.
13% sounds good to me.
25%.
Okay.
Oh, I like that better. That's better.
That's strong right there.
I should have said 25.
Let's go up to number one. The number one team most likely to make it after not making it last year, Toronto Blue Jays.
Sure. Okay.
I can see how that's going to work. They're a good team. They should be able to go there.
A lot of young players that are getting better.
New York Mets with Jacob deGrom. I think it's interesting that he decided to opt out, but Steve Cohen said, hey, we're going to be spending so much more over the luxury tax. Nobody can touch what we're doing because he's the Mets owner, and that's what the Mets do. I actually might become a Mets fan. Scherzer.
Why would you say that?
Scherzer and DeGrom are fun for me. Like, I've told you the other day, Scherzer, it's a pitcher that I have not watched enough in my life. I want to see more of his career before
Texas
it ends.
Rangers
and they just got Chris Bassett from the A's.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that. Don't give him more reasons to not be a Ranger fan.
Son of
What's
Angela.
wrong with you?
What? It's not Angela Bassett's son?
I don't believe so.
Number 3, the San Diego Padres. All right.
Okay.
That's interesting now that Tatis, but I know Freddie Freeman just got into the conversation. Like, the Padres were like, let's go ahead and keep swinging for the fences on this one. The Mariners at number 4. And the Mariners just made a really good trade. They are a very good team. They got an all-star outfielder now. They're a very good team that was right there, and they could go over the top here.
Can't wait to see how they disappoint. That sounds like the history of the Seattle Mariners.
Another team that likes to disappoint but had the MVP, Shohei Ohtani's Los Angeles Angels at number 5. So the Rangers are not in the top 5.
Okay, that's fine.
They are also not in the bottom 11 through 20. Somewhere in the middle here.
Decent chance.
The Philadelphia Phillies, number 6. The Marlins, number 7. The Guardians, not the Indians, the Guardians, number 8. The Cubs, 9. And the Rangers at number 10 with a decent chance to make the playoffs this year. They say, how much better are the Rangers after sinking $500 million into Seager, Semien, and John Gray? Frankly, not better enough for anyone to buy them as a contender just yet.
Oh, okay, contender.
But their window is open now, and it could get wider if they double down with the right in-season additions. I don't think this is the Rangers club that's saying, let's just wait for our prospects to turn out. That's something that they were doing for a long time, and they said, the quote over the offseason was, do we want to just sit around and get our asses kicked another season? No. So that's why they made the moves to add these additional players that they added, and I don't think that they're done by any means. They're just trying to figure out what's going to work out for them, and they got to compete against other people that are competing for their free agents too. But they did get 2 cornerstone pieces for the next 5 years, I'm going to say. 5 years with Corey Seager and Simeon. Those are cornerstone pieces for them. This is something that is a start for them. Playoffs, I'm a little skeptical on that happening just because the division's very difficult.
There's that, and there's also, I don't know what we're looking at with this, well, specifically with this rotation, right? What's the high end is John Gray on the rotation, and then you've got a lot of question mark type players. As much as I love Taylor Hearn, he showed well, but I don't know if you're having him as your number 2 starter, how you really look at that rotation. And then your bullpen has even more questions involved with it as well. And as we know, pitching matters in this game. You need that pitching to be there, especially I don't know that this lineup is built particularly well right now. Like, who's your leadoff hitter? I don't even have that question answered. So there's definitely some questions to answer here, and you're depending very much, as Mike has laid out.
Right.
You spent before the prospect got there, so you're depending on those prospects actually getting there in the time that you're allotting for them, which is a little bit of a gamble, but it's nice to have a basis to stand on. It's nice to know that your middle infield is solid, that you have a guy in Cole Calhoun that you can depend on. I want to find out who the other corner outfielder rather is, so that you can maybe have Adolis play center, feel more comfortable about that. Maybe a corner outfielder who can lead off for you or add more power to the lineup. Something else so that you really can have an established part of your lineup, and maybe not the lack, for lack of a better term, in your pitching isn't as much of a problem for you in this season particularly.
Yeah, no, this is one of those where there's a lot to observe with Chris Woodward's approach, and if that works and what they could accomplish.